Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Going to get started with the live stream here momentarily, but we have news that wasn't really anything to be surprised about. We knew that HEXO was going to be granted more than likely a 180-day extension, but it was confirmed today. If you're just joining the live stream, welcome. I see we have some people joining us. If you could smash the like, it helps get the video to as many people as possible. And if you're just joining, let us know where you're tuning in from. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. Welcome, everybody. I see we have quite a few people joining us. Smash the like button. I would appreciate it. Help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new here, you can subscribe and tick the bell, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Going to get started here in about 10 seconds. All right, welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, everybody. It's Rod with Power Group. Today is Wednesday. It's July 27th, and a couple days late, but we got the information that we were looking for, and here it is. HEXO granted a 180-day calendar day grace period by Nasdaq to regain compliance with the minimum bid price rule. And again, this was not really anything that we weren't already expecting. We know that Sundial had an extension as well, so there would be no reason why HEXO wouldn't be able to receive that extension as well. But it was confirmed today. Better late than never. But let me know if you're excited about this news. But obviously, this is great news for the stock. This decreases the odds that we're going to see a reverse split, and we now have until January 23rd to regain compliance. Taking a look at the after-hours price, we're not really seeing much movement. Actually, we're up a penny here now. So we were flat after hours, but we're up a penny. And I did do a video on this on Friday, so 5 days ago. I said Nasdaq extension next week or reverse split. And I was giving the example that, and shout out to Rashid in the Power Group community, he said that Sundial had until February 7th, and then on February 8th, they announced the Nasdaq extension. So in classic form, even the Nasdaq was in on the manipulation that seems this time. But they basically left us hanging for about 2 days, and a lot of people were thinking, is there going to be a reverse split? But kind of laid that to rest here today. I did some other videos as well in the last couple of days. So I did a video clearing up the weekend confusion. So obviously Tilray did not convert their their debt into equity. So I saw a lot of people, I heard even some people messaged me on Reddit and said that they're hearing that Charlie Bowman actually sent a company-wide email to all of HEXO employees and clearing it up, saying that it wasn't true. So that's pretty funny hearing. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not. Like I said, some people reached out to me on Reddit and said that because of my videos, he sent a company-wide email just kind of clearing that up, because what happened is there's probably a lot of people, like if you look at all my videos here on that, it probably had collectively about 3,000 views. So a lot of those were probably HEXO employees, right? So there's probably a lot of people asking, what the hell is going on right on Monday morning? So it's kind of funny. I'm not sure if that is 100% true. If there's any HEXO employees in here, maybe you can let me know. But I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, so they did not actually convert into equity. So that is another bullish sign as well. And here we are getting this Nasdaq extension. I also did a new video on HEXO's new CEO, Charlie Bowman. Speak of the devil. He actually came out and broke his silence and gave his plan and strategy for the company moving forward. And he was blunt. I kind of respect the way he was coming off and, how he conducted himself. We don't need anybody fluffing it any more than we already do that we see in the sector, right? We need people who are honest and transparent and telling people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. I'm a big advocate for that. Also did a tinfoil hat episode talking about my theory. I don't know if collusion was the right word. Collusion can be perceived as very, very bad. Like it's something that is, it's not always illegal, but it can be perceived as such. But that wasn't the intention. I'm not saying they were doing anything illegal. I'm just saying that they did it probably in a legal manner. There was nothing wrong with what they did, but in my opinion, it was a strategic move between Tilray, Molson Coors, and Redecan to team up against HEXO essentially. and drop Budweiser deal and Anheuser-Busch, right? But if you want to check out that video, a lot of people are commenting, and I got a ton of people message me on Reddit and socials, and everybody's really on board with that idea. A lot of people, not too many people objected. And again, if you have any other timelines or anything to add to that theory, let me know. But yeah, check out those videos, but we'll get into the article here. I'll read it real quick. So today, HEXO announced that it received an extension of 180 calendar days from the Nasdaq to regain compliance with the minimum $1 bid price rule requirement set forth in the Nasdaq, yada, yada, yada. Following the expiration of the initial 180 calendar days period to regain compliance on July 25th, the Nasdaq determination is based on the company meeting the continued listing requirement for market value of publicly held shares and all other applicable requirements for initial listing on the Nasdaq market, with the exception of the bid price requirement and the company's written notice of its intention to cure the defiancy during the second compliance period by effective share consolidation if necessary. And apologies, guys, I'm not feeling too good today, and been pretty busy with some condo stuff, so get through this as quickly as possible here. This extended the grace period will provide the runway we need to position HEXO for the long-term success, noted Charlie Bowman, President and CEO of HEXO. Our listing on the Nasdaq is a critical component of our profitable growth strategy, providing access to broad investor base and expanded awareness within the U.S. market. And I mean, we really didn't have any concern that they were going to get delisted anyway, right? We knew they already had approval to do all the way up to a 1-for-14 reverse split. So in my opinion, chances of delisting from the Nasdaq were like less than 1%, right? So as a result of the extension, the company now has until January 23rd, 2023, so a ton of time to regain compliance with the minimum price requirement. And if we see the CPG partner announced, like they said, they hope to have the first product to the SQDC by the end of summer. If that actually follows through and happens, that could be one catalyst. We could see potential partnership with an MSO and entry into California. We could see, Germany and New York come online into the fall. And then if we get any kind of safe banking progress and then descheduling and any kind of legalization progress, I don't think it's going to be difficult at all for them to regain compliance with all of that leading into the fall, right? We got the midterms in the fall as well. We got tons of rules and regulations and things like that, even in Canada, that are potentially going to improve as well with regards to limits on orders and things like that. If at any time before January 23rd, the bid price of the company's common shares closes at or above $1 US per share for a minimum of 10 consecutive business days, NASDAQ will provide written notification to the company that has achieved compliance with the bid price requirement. If the company chooses to implement a share consolidation to regain compliance, it must complete the share consolidation no later than 10 business days prior to the expiration of the additional 180 days. So if we do see a reverse split and we don't regain compliance organically, then we could see a reverse split at some point at the beginning part of January. If the company does not regain compliance with the minimum bid by January 23rd, 2023, NASDAQ will provide written notification to the company that its shares will be subject to delisting. At such time, the company may appeal the delisting determination to the NASDAQ hearings panel. The company would remain listed pending the panel's decision, but there can be no assurance of that, and the company does appeal a subsequent delisting determination. Such appeal would be successful. This current notification from the NASDAQ has no immediate effect on the listing. Yep, so basically just your customary mumbo jumbo. But let me know if you're excited about this. But again, didn't really come as a surprise. We were up, 2%, 2.5% after hours. And I think this was pretty much priced in. I don't think we're going to see a huge move from this. I'd love to be wrong, but I don't think we're going to see a huge move from this, because I think it was pretty much a guarantee, right? Everybody was kind of already expecting it. And like I said, it's probably priced in to this point. But in my opinion, it's going to take the whole sector, right? We're not going to see HEXO reverse. We're not going to see Tilray reverse. We're not going to see one individual name reverse until the whole sector reverses, in my opinion. We also had Canara Biotech had earnings today, and it was a pretty decent and impressive earnings report. And the stock was pretty much flat all day. Closed the day up about 4.7% though. So that's just a case in point. They had great fundamentals, great numbers, and they still didn't really see much of a reaction. So we're going to need the whole sector to reverse, right, before we see any meaningful upside, in my opinion. But the MACD is still bullish on the weekly time frame. It's been bullish since November 2021. And if we can close this week over 22 cents, that's what I'm going to be looking for here leading into Friday. Obviously, we had the interest rate decision today, came in at 75 basis points, so the market didn't really didn't respond negatively, right? We were anticipating that, so it responded bullishly. And then we have Facebook earnings actually coming out. They should already be out. I didn't see, but I was expecting maybe a slight miss on that, so we'll see. See if I'm correct on that. But charts were saying that we could potentially see a bit more downside, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not expecting that really to move the market too much. What we'll be watching for is I think GDP, CPI, and then into tomorrow we have Tilray earnings pre-market, so that's going to move the sector in my opinion, if good or bad reaction. And then after market close tomorrow we have Amazon and Apple, which I think are going to be a pretty good reaction, a pretty good earnings report. But yeah, the charts are looking really good in terms of the big tech and the broader market. So if we can get those tailwinds versus headwinds from the broader market, I think we're in a pretty good position here leading into the fall. And like I said, watching for a weekly candle close over 22 cents USD. But let me know what your thoughts are on this 180-day extension. Do you think that we're going to automatically just regain compliance through organic growth and in the share price? Or do you think that a reverse split is still inevitable? Personally, I think it's going to be organically very, very easy for them to get over $1 because they have all the way till January 23, 2023. And we know that there's so many catalysts, not just from a HEXO and a HEXO perspective, but from a whole MJ sector perspective, right? That's right, LFG, you bet. Twin Falls, Idaho, welcome. Thank God, yes. Yeah, so I don't think it was, like I said, I don't think it was up for debate. I think everybody I think it was pretty much a shoe-in that everybody, was thinking that they were going to get an extension, right? And it didn't really come as a surprise to me. The only thing that surprised me was it took them 2 days to get it out. But very odd that the Nasdaq, they didn't issue a statement or give them the extension yesterday, because generally we usually see it before. Like I've seen quite a few reverse splits, and usually it's announced before the actual expiry of that compliance date. But yeah, just goes to show that you got to be patient, and just because it's late doesn't mean that you have to assume the worst. Tuning in from Texas, nice, welcome Texas. Been holding my pee since 12 p.m. I'm gonna go now. That's awesome. I'll be buying more to average down, currently at 160 USD. Yep, nice. That's a pretty good average. I mean, like I said, once the sector starts to reverse, it's gonna shoot up in no time, in my opinion, up to around $1. I told you months ago they would go out of business, and you got mad at me. Well, they're not going out of business, are they? I don't think I got mad at you. Like I said, I never get mad at people for disagreeing with me, Jack. We can all disagree and still be friends, but no, they're not going out of business. Far from it. They just partnered with Tilray, and they just got their Nasdaq extension, and the Nasdaq extension has nothing to do with them going out of business. Man, that felt so good. Good news before using the bathroom. Man, you got to... Oh, you're hilarious. Tuning in from Las Vegas. Nice. I must have been in Las Vegas like 3 times in the last couple of years. I love it there. Sin City. Can't stay too long, though. There for a good time, not a long time. Let's get this money. Hashtag HEXO. You bet. Turn up the music. Was that the Chris Brown song? Is that what you're saying? HEXO, HEXO, HEXO. I think organic growth is coming. The whole sector is in a struggle right now. Yeah, exactly, right? And case in point, like I said, Canaro Biotech reported earnings today and didn't really even move the stock at all. And it looked like it was a pretty impressive report. I didn't dive too much into it, but looked really good. But yeah, we're not going to see... That's why I don't think HEXO should release... Well, it's not up to HEXO. It's up to the CPG partner because they're under a non-disclosure agreement. They can't say anything until there's an official press release from the CPG partner. But once the partner decides to waive that and issue a press release, and we find out who the CPG partner is, it would be a mistake to do that right now, right? When the sector's still in the dumps, We're still waiting for the S&P 500 to kind of give us a direction. But something I mentioned in my live stream yesterday is that we were watching for a daily bull flag on the S&P 500, and we confirmed it today. We needed to break 418 cents to confirm it, and we broke that resistance. We got as high today as 402.88, so we confirmed the daily bull flag. We're targeting 420 on the S&P 500 as that measured move. Does it absolutely have to get there? No, it does not. That's just what technical analysis is saying, and the odds are in the favor that we're heading up to around that $420 area on the S&P 500. So that's how I think that the end of the week is going to be bullish. And like I said, a lot of the tech charts are showing a lot of strength as well, especially in terms of the medium term. Short term, I'm bullish. Medium term, I'm bullish, but long term, I'm bearish on the broader market. So many holidays, we gonna win. Yep, it's coming to an end. I think this brutal bear market that we've been in for the past 18 months now. If we take a look at even say Tilray, since the beginning of that pullback, we're going on 18 months of just absolute brutal bear market, right? And then CGC is a pretty gross chart as well. Look at that. There's essentially no resistance, though, on CGC in the monthly up to $15.96, and after that, all the way up to $56.50. So, monthly oversold. Not financial advice, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, but this is another name that is going to really move once it gets going. And look at that monthly volume. We've got 2 days left in the monthly candle. We could be on track for the highest monthly volume on CGC ever. And that's what we want to see as we get closer to a bottom. HEXO, let's do an update on its monthly volume. So we're watching for 291, I think it was. Yep, 291 million was the record. And currently we sit at 250. So we got 2 days left in the month. So I'll just update this. It's going to be close. We'll see tomorrow if this sparks a little bit of a buying frenzy. But we'll see. We have 2 more days to set that new record. Should be interesting. But good news, gonna end the video here though. I want to keep the video as short as possible, just so everybody can be aware of this. And like I said, when the videos get a little bit too long, people tend to not watch them. But we knew that this wasn't going to be anything new, and likely the most likely scenario. And like I said, they already had approval to do a 1-for-14 reverse split, so there was essentially it was a virtual certainty that they were not going to get delisted, right? If Tilray has good earnings, would HEXO follow suit as far as stock increase? Good question. Yeah, so tomorrow, if they do have a good earnings reaction, yes, I would expect the rest of the sector to pump as well, just because everything's so super correlated at the moment. And yesterday, a lot of people couldn't understand why MJ stocks were down. The reason why MJ stocks were down yesterday is because of Sundial, right? Sundial did a 1-for-10 reverse split, and yesterday it was down like 30%. So from the close prior to the low, we were down about 30% on SNDL, so that weighed on the sector, but it was also leading into the interest rate today, right? So people are de-risking. It's not risk on, it's risk off. So people were de-risking leading into the interest rate decision today. Why would you want to hold the second most riskiest asset class on the planet next to crypto, MJ? Why would you want to hold a super risky asset class going into an important macro event like that, right? So that's why MJ was down, in my opinion, yesterday. Hey, how was the vapes? Have you tried them off camera through your regular day? How was it? Yeah, so I think you're referring to the new flavor vapes. Those are fantastic. I haven't tried the wild strawberry yet. I really want to try that one. But the key lime sunrise was really good. Tasted like a lime Ricky almost. And a lot of people don't really like the taste of traditional vapes. So this is like a great alternative for that, right? My girlfriend didn't like the taste of like a regular vape, and she tried that out and was like, wow, that's amazing, right? So it's even people who like the taste of vapes will like them too, right? But it's a kind of a cool concept. But yeah, they're really good. I like the Island Pineapple probably the most though. That one was really good. But yeah, I tried them. They only have, my complaint is it's only about 75 uses on it. Like I don't think means like 75 times catching a buzz. I think it means like 75 hauls, right? So that was my only complaint, is that, well, they're disposable anyway, so they're not meant to last a long time. But no, they were really good. Like the effect was pretty much instantaneous, and yeah, it was easy on the throat. It was good. It tasted amazing, and yeah, the effects were really good. Can't go wrong, that's for sure. I think it was $17 here with tax in Alberta. They'd probably be closer to 20 or 25, I would think, in Ontario, just because of taxes and things like that. All right, fantastic time as always. Going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth, everybody. It's Rod with POW Group. If you could smash the like on your way out, help support me in the channel, I would appreciate it very much. Share the video with anybody that might find value in this. And yeah, like I said, I never doubted for a second, right? I knew that they were either going to get the 180-day extension or do a reverse split, and obviously I would have rathered an extension, right? Let's avoid the reverse split, get above it organically. I love the strawberry. Awesome. Yeah, cool. Thanks for sharing your feedback, because I haven't tried that one yet. I really want to try that one. That'll be on my list to do for sure. All right. Thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth, everybody, and we'll see you on the next video.